नमस्ते विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो. आता कसं आहे की राज्यसेवा मुख्य परीक्षेच्या जवळजवळ 800 मार्कांची आपण जी तयारी करतो, तर ती करत असताना नेमक्या कोणत्या घटकावरती आणि कशा पद्धतीनं आपण ती करायला पाहिजे त्याबद्दलचं आपण गेल्या 8 लेक्चर्समध्ये सामान्य ज्ञान पेपर 1 मधले 3 टॉपिक, त्यानंतर सामान्य ज्ञान पेपर 2 मधले 5 टॉपिक अशा 8 घटकांची चर्चा केली. आणि आज आपला चर्चेचा घटक आहे तो पेपर 3 मधला पहिला भाग, ज्याला आपण पॉप्युलेशन किंवा ह्युमन रिसोर्स डेव्हलपमेंट म्हणतो. जरी नाव इथं मनुष्यबळ विकास असं जरी आयोगाने दिलं असलं तरी मॅक्झिमम प्रश्न जे आतापर्यंत विचारले गेले तर ते लोकसंख्येच्या संदर्भातच आहेत. आता जनरल स्टडीज पेपर 3 as usual, you can see over here there are going to be the 150 questions. Time is going to be for 2 hours and that is related to the MCQ. And then this note which have been repeatedly I'm just trying to get your attention is that nature and standard of questions in the paper will be such that a well-educated person will be able to answer without any specialized study. So very important thing is that you don't require specialized study, but at the same time you are required to have what we call as the general approach, that is a concept clearancy. So this is basically related to the clearancy related to the concept. Now, what do you understand by the HRD? So what is the human resource? How it is different from the natural resource? Likewise, they will be asking you the question. And second is that its intention is to test candidates' general awareness on a variety of the subjects which have been mentioned in the syllabus. And the second line is expected from the candidate to study the latest and recent developments. Now, when we are talking about the HR human resources and that mainly to population, so now see from yesterday only, that is from Monday, 21st June, that vaccine drive has been started in our country. Now, everybody who is above 18 years age, so he is or she is eligible for that national vaccination program. So what is the total number of the beneficiaries? So what is the total number of the population above 18 years? So that question can be asked. So they are the, beneficiary of the national vaccination program. So they might ask the question related to that. And so that is mainly related to what we call as a age distribution of the पॉप्युलेशन. त्यामुळे आपल्या परीक्षेमध्ये जे काही HRDचा आजचा जो टॉपिक आपण चर्चा करणार आहोत, तर त्यावरती एक साधारण 15 ते 20 प्रश्न आलेले आहेत आणि ते प्रश्न कशावरती जे टॉपिक आहे तिथे दिले आणि याचं विश्लेषण पुढे आपण काही स्लाइडच्या स्वरूपात बघूया. तर आता population topic is not only limited to the paper 3. It is also limited to, so this second slide shows you population geography. So every year there are almost, you can say, 10 or more than 10 questions on the population geography. So again, you can say there are 15 to 20 questions in what we call as a HRD. So that is Human Resource Development, General Studies Paper 3. And that is nothing but, related to what we call as a population. म्हणजे लोकसंख्येवरती जास्त प्रश्न येणार आहेत. मग इथे किती प्रश्न असतात? So around about 15 to 20 questions. That is in General Studies Paper 3. But the same topic, if you see all these topics, you can say the same topics are also mentioned in a General Studies Paper 1. In Paper 1 आपण बघितलेलं आहे की इतिहास, भूगोल आणि कृषी. मग त्यातले जे काही भूगोलचे वेगवेगळे उपविषय होते त्यातला 5वा उपविषय जो आहे तो लोकसंख्या भूगोलाचा, सो पॉप्युलेशन जिओग्राफी विथ स्पेशल रेफरन्स टू महाराष्ट्र. So whatever 10 to 15 questions on this topic are also asked, so they are more similar to the questions which are asked in General Studies 3. So again, if you see here the sources of population data, growth, density, distribution of population in Maharashtra, then population structure and structure, components of the population change, that is fertility, mortality, migration. So, and that is its relation to what we call as a economic development. So population policies. So this is related to General Studies Paper 1 Geography section. Now, again, there is one paragraph of the syllabus related to population, and that is, of course, it is in General Studies Paper 4. It is related to the economic and that to what we call as the macroeconomics. So the topics in the macroeconomics are growth and development, and especially if you see the this particular thing, factors of economic development. So natural resources, infrastructure, technology, capital, and then population. So here human capital, they are asking question on that. Theory of demographic transition. Then HDI, Human Development Index. So that you have to study in General Studies 3 also, and then question can be asked here. So you have to answer that. The gender gap, gender empowerment, measures, education, health, nutrition, governance. So especially, and then poverty also, the measurement and the estimate of the poverty line, human poverty index, and then, relation between income, poverty, and employment. So this you can call as the economic aspect of a geography. I'm sorry, population. Then for paper, this particular general studies paper in population geography, you can call as a geographical aspect of the population. And the main is social aspect, that HRD. So out of those 600 questions on those 4 general studies paper in the mains examination on population, they are usually asking almost 50 questions. So those 50 questions, almost 15 to 20 from the general studies paper 3, then 10 to 15 questions from the general studies paper 1, and another say 10 to 15 questions from the general studies paper 4. So that is related to economic, and that topic is the macroeconomic. So in our examination, the macroeconomics, population geography, and human resource development, they are dealing with which topic? Population. And if I study population with that aspect, so with single study, I can get almost cover almost 50 marks or the 50 questions. So then next is related to, we have to study exam oriented approach has to be there. So we are using the classificatory method. So what is the classificatory method? So we'll be classifying or dividing those topics in very minute, you can say, or the micro topics or the micro subjects. And then we are having that use of comparative approach. So what is the comparison here we are doing? HRD in general studies paper 3 is population geography in general studies 1. It is economic population in paper 4. So likewise, and so the concept from 1. So the concept of poverty in HRD and the concept of poverty in economics. So moreover, they are going to be the same, but from this we can get the different approach related to poverty. So that is again the skill development in HRD, human resources. See, there is a what we can call as a important difference between population and the human resources. What is the population? It is usually a number. So what is the present population of India? It is roughly 140 crore. But what is the human resources in India? So the population which is independent. So that is between the age group of it is said that 18. So 18 to 60. So that is called as the independent population. Below 18, above 60, that population is called the dependent on the middle group. So especially human resources is nothing but a group of population where there are certain skills, and then you can call it that they acquired certain skills, they had the capability, so they had efficiency management. So when the qualities like efficiency, capabilities are developed with the help of the skills, then that particular group of the population is called as what? Human resources. So the difference between the human resources, so that is why if the population is having certain skills, then that group is called as what? Human resources. So that is how for the preparation of the exam also, we have to develop the skills related to the read, remember, reproduce, like that. Then we have to give more emphasis on the concept, application, and updation, and quantity and the quality of the studies. Quantity is what? In 1 hour, I should read at least say 10 to 15 pages. Quality is what? So whatever I'm reading, I should be able to remember this for the coming 1 year at least. So that particular approach we need to have during the preparation. Then finding the answers of the MCQ. See, in UPSC exam, main examination, you have to write down the answers for the 10 marker, 12.5 marker, or the 15 marker in 150 words, 200 words, or the 250 words. Here it is not like that. Instead of that, you have to just find out the answer. So you can find out the answer by the 4 methods. One is what? Whatever the knowledge, data, and the information you are having. So based on that, the answer, if you are able to choose, that answer is usually almost 99% accuracy. So the accuracy level will be very high, provided you had that type of the data with you. Then analytical ability, by using elimination method, you are using the your probability of that answer coming correct is almost around about 70%. Then avoiding silly mistakes. So many times you know the answer, but in a hurry and the time management, you commit the mistake. So you can 100% avoid that. And then optimum risk taking also. Many students, because of the negative marking, what they do. So I am not read. So this question has come. If I write down the answer, I'll get negative mark. So instead of